Welcome and thank you for opening this presentation. In this presentation, we are going to talk about what is cell biology, what is molecular biology, and once you combine both these words like cell and molecular biology, what it means then. Okay, so starting with cell biology is the study of cell composition, structure, and function. And cell biology is mainly based on the concept that cell is the basic unit of life. And you have to keep in mind that there are several other words that also have the same definition, like cell biology, like cytology, cytobiology. They all mean the same, the cell biology. Okay, so because we have to talk both of these disciplines together, the cell biology and the molecular biology. So what is molecular biology? So molecular biology is the branch of biology in which we study the cellular composition and structure at molecular level. We look at how a particular structure of cell is made up of, what are the components of this one. Okay, so molecular biology also explores the interaction of cellular, molecular, and various activities related to life. And you have to keep in mind that major molecules inside the cells are proteins, carbohydrates, nucleic acid, and fats. So, we combine both these disciplines. Like in most of the schools, that cell and molecular biology is taught together. So what that means? So if you combine both these disciplines, then it becomes a very comprehensive science, you can call it, or a comprehensive class, whatsoever. So it becomes an interdisciplinary science, and then it take into consideration it widen its horizons. It incorporates like biochemistry, microbiology, genetics, and physiology to explore how a cell functions at the molecular level in an organism. To start with cell biology. So what is cell? So cell is the smallest unit of a living organism that can perform all life processes. And both the cell and molecular biology are based on cell. A living organism can have a single cell or is made up of several cells. So if a living organism has just a single cell, then we call that one as a unicellular. And the good example is bacteria. However, if a living organism is made up of several cells, these organisms are known as multicellular organism, and we humans are the multicellular organisms. You may want to know that what is the number of cells in a human being and how many types of cell human body is having. So as far as the numbers are concerned, there are 37 trillion cells in an adult human. It can vary based on size and height. Regarding types, humans have 200 different types of cells. When I am talking about the types, it means bone cells, blood cell, muscle cell, brain cells, and so on. Living organism, I mentioned earlier, they can either have a single cell or multiple cells. So, those single cell organisms like bacteria, they do not have a nucleus, and we classify them as prokaryotes. And every cell which has a nucleus, they are known as eukaryotic cell, like all human cell, plant cells, and so on. There could be a question that both animal and plant, they are living. So do their cells differ? So the answer is yes. On the right side, there is a plant cell On the left side there is an animal cell. You can see here that plant cell has a cellulosic cell wall, whereas animal cell has just cell membrane. Plant cell has a large vacuole inside it. In animal cells, some cells have smaller vacuole. Plant cells have chloroplast and the animal cells do not have any chloroplast. How cells make an organism, how they are organized in a living. So as mentioned earlier, cell is the basic unit, and from cells, number of cells get together, they form a tissues, a number of tissue form an organ, and organ basically form organ system like respiratory system, and it ultimately ends in the form of a complete organism. It is important to know that cells decide whether an organism is living or non-living. So living organism, they will be always composed of cells, and they have the characteristic of life like humans, animal and plants. In non-living, they do not have cells and they do not have any life, neither the characteristics of life. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I will invite you to subscribe to our channel for future videos.